Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about USMLE Step 1. So the Step 1 exam is an 8-hour long exam. It consists of 7 blocks. Each block is 1 hour long and you have a 1 hour of break time. Considering the timeline, you require 4 to 5 months of preparation for your Step 1. If you are considering to give your Step 1 during medical school, I think third year should be the best time since you have completed all your foundation subjects by then. Now, going over resources, we'll go briefly over all the resources that you should consider. First is the first aid. It's the most important and the most high yield book to consider for your step one. UWorld is the most important Q bank that you should consider. Now, Sketchy is used for, well, mainly I used it for micro and farm. While Sketchy Farm are a bit lengthy videos, but I would recommend absolutely using them for your antimicrobials and for your anti-cancer drugs. Now, Pathoma is for pathology. It's by Dr. Hussein Sattar. It also has videos along with a book. USMLE RxQ Bank, I would highly recommend. Now, this Q Bank you can use for obviously your question practice. But what is an amazing part about it is the explanations link you to a specific page in first aid, so that way it helps you revise your first aid for the first time along with the question solving practice. Also, should refer to the dirty medicine videos on YouTube's. These are very important because they give you mnemonics for certain hard things that it's very difficult to put into your memory. Again, Randy Neal on YouTube for biostats. Your own notes from foundation years, you can use that for the preparation. Now, how to approach each of these resources. So once you decide to give your step one, if you're deciding it giving it in medical school, I would recommend in second year, while you are going over your foundation subjects, also go over first aid for the first time. Just read through it, don't stress much about it. But after you are into your dedicated preparation for your step 1 exam, I would say now you should just stick with your first aid, go to it line by line, understand it properly. Wherever you get stuck, go to any of your textbooks, videos on YouTube to clarify the thing at that point. I would also recommend at this point to watch videos from Sketchy and Pathoma. Also, what you can do is also make notes while you're watching these videos. Sketchy has a book and also Pathoma does. They have all the information that is discussed in the videos written on a written, but there are some certain points which you might miss or you want to add at that point, so you can do it. This would be very helpful while you're revising everything at the end. At this point, I would also say you should do dirty medicine and Randy Neal videos from YouTube. These are very high yield videos, and it would be a little bit overwhelming if you keep it for the last. So I would recommend it's better to get familiar with them early on in your preparation. Now, for practicing questions for the first time, as I said, I would recommend USMLE RxQ Bank. This mostly is because of the feature that it links you to a specific page in first aid, which helps you revise your first aid. Also, it links a specific clinical scenario or a question with that specific topic, which builds up your memory, right, in how you should approach a question from that specific topic. Also, after you've completed your USMLE RxQ Bank, you should go to your UWorld questions. I would say one pass is sufficient for UWorld. At this point, when you're reading all your UWorld explanations, I would recommend you to annotate high yield information into your first aid. So when you're revising, you have only one textbook with all the information in it. So once you're done with your UWorld, you can again go back to revising your first aid with all the annotated information, your Sketchy and Pathoma notes at that point. Now, starting with NBMEs, I would say start early. NBMEs is the body that makes the actual USMLE questions. So it's very important to get familiar with the type of questions that they ask, in the tricks that they use in asking, and how they want you to come to a conclusion or to an answer. Don't keep it for the last. I would recommend that you should start by giving at least one NBME when you're done with 50% of your UWorld question, later maybe at 75%, and then after 90% of completion of UWorld. After you completed 100% of your UWorld, again you should give NBMEs every week. And also at this point, as we discussed, you should just keep on revising your first aid, which is completely annotated. Now, finally, the exam day. You're going to feel stressed, and that's absolutely normal. Don't worry much about it. It happens to all of us. If you've done well in your NBMEs and your other assessment like the UWorld assessment, you will do great on exams too. Divide your break time wisely. You know, have 5 to 10 minutes of break after each block. Also carry your water bottle, your dark chocolate, protein bar, chips, coffee, whatever you like to eat. Just remember not to have a full meal on the day of exam. Keep eating and taking sips of coffee if you like during your short breaks. Also, keep spraying some water on your face after you've completed 4 to 5 blocks so that you can be wide awake, you can concentrate properly, because that's the point where there is some chances that you might lose some concentration and you don't want to do that. You might not be able to assess your performance during the exams. It's quite overwhelming again, and it's okay. Just keep solving your blocks. You have done all your assessment, you have passed them, you have done good on them, and so don't think much about it during your exam. Just keep giving your questions. So that's it. I hope all this information helps. Thank you and all the best, and remember, you've got this.